Hi there. Welcome to my views and news. Three news stories for you. First one is about an attack by Fano fighters on a police station, not in Amhara region, but in a neighboring region. Fano groups are organizing themselves. We know they are trying to organize Amhara people in neighboring regions too, neighboring regional states as well. Where did this attack happen? Has Fano found an ally in a neighboring region? Reportedly, some elements of a party, a political party, based in a neighboring regional state are supporting Fano fighters there. Secondly, a request from Tigray to the federal government. Uh, Federal government will make a decision about this request next week. Thirdly, Somalia's president Hassan Sheikh is in Eritrea yesterday. He arrived in Asmara on the invitation of Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki. Hassan Sheikh visiting Eritrea. Hassan Sheikh and Isaias Afwerki were seen strolling on the streets of Asmara last night. Why is that whenever a foreign leader visits Asmara, Isaias Afwerki takes him to the streets of Asmara and they are seen walking in public? Firstly, viewers, Fano groups are organizing themselves not only in the Amhara region but in neighboring regional states as well. In those regional states where Amharas live, in border areas, Amharas there are arming themselves, organizing themselves. They say that they are vulnerable to attacks from security forces and from other anti-Amhara elements. It is happening in Oromia. It is happening in Benishangal Gumuz region of Ethiopia as well. Benishangal Gumuz region of Ethiopia shares border with the Amhara region. One zone of Benishangal Gumuz has large Amhara population, and that is Matakal zone. Yesterday, in the live chat, I talked about Fano's attempts to strike alliance with Gumuz in Banishangal Gumuz region. I told you that Fano will have to make some concessions, especially about its claims to neighboring regional states' territories. So Fano groups want to strike alliance with groups in Banishangal Gumuz region, which is very strategic region, by the way. BG is very strategic. Why? Because it shares border with Sudan, and secondly, there is GERD, Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam in Benishangal Gumuz. GERD is becoming the backbone of Ethiopian economy, by the way. Ethiopia has earned around 1 billion US dollars in the last 16 months from supplying electricity to neighboring countries. Though much of Ethiopian population is without electricity, but since government is cash strapped, badly in need of hard cash, so that is why government is selling electricity to neighboring countries, selling electricity produced from GERD. Kenya is a customer. PM Abiy has signed an agreement with Tanzania's Samia Suluhu, the head there a few days ago. So BG is the backbone, you can say. It could turn into a backbone of Ethiopian economy. So BG is very strategic. Fano groups have been trying to organize local Amharas. Local Fano groups are being established in Benishangal Gumuz region reportedly. And in the 2-year-long war in Tigray, we saw that Fano groups were trained. They were based in Benishangal Gumuz region. People like Varkwet and now bought large agricultural farms here. which were used as a training ground for Fano fighters. From there, Fano fighters were then sent to fight against Tigray fighters. Local Gomas people have been opposing Amhara expansion into Benishangal Gumas, into Matakal especially. Now, an incident which indicates that Fano groups in BG are organizing themselves, arming themselves. They're in a position now to challenge the regional government. There's a Wareda in Matakal zone of BG called Bolan of Wareda. And around more than 24 hours, around 48 hours ago, exactly to be precise, around 48 hours ago, a police station was attacked in Bolan, Wareda. Bolan, Wareda, Baruda Kabale. Their Baruda police station was attacked. Who attacked the police station? Reportedly, Fano fighters who are being organized in Matakal zone. They captured weapons from there, they released prisoners, and it is being alleged by some elements that BDP is supporting Fano fighters in Matakal zone. What is BDP? BDP is Boro Democratic Party. It is an opposition political party from the Benishangal Gum region of Ethiopia who the party this week issued a statement saying that civilians are dying, they're being massacred in Benishangal Guma region. Regional government is not doing enough to protect the lives of innocent people. BDP is being accused of working in collaboration with the Fano fighters. So we don't know if BDP has officially formed alliance with Fano in Matakal or not, but attack on Baruda police station in Benishangal Gumas, Matakal has been confirmed. Fano fighters, if they manage to organize themselves in Matakal, they can go both ways. From Matakal, they can move, they can try to expand into Matakal towards the Sosa, and they can then enter Amhara to Aguabi zone to support Fano groups there, reportedly. Secondly, we have a request from Tigray investors and businessmen, Tigray's companies, to the federal government. This request, by the way, indicates how challenging is the economic situation in Tigray, where economic activity was standstill. Tigray's economy devastated. Tigray fully dependent on aid from outside, whether from the federal government, neighboring countries, or Western powers or US. Tigray cannot survive on its own, at least for the time being. It will have to be self-reliant one day, but so far it is heavily reliant on outside assistance. Tigray's companies have sent a request to the federal government for an interest waiver. They acquired loans, as companies do, and they say that because of the 2-year-long war, their businesses have been destroyed. They're not in a position to pay loans. They are asking the federal government to write off loan interest and maybe loans as well, which they acquired. And they're asking the federal government to issue new loans to the people, the companies in Tigray. Next week, federal government will make a decision. Let's see what happens. But this request indicates that Tigray is in a financial crisis, humanitarian crisis, security crisis as well. And that is why we say that Tigray leaders will have to join hands. They'll have to unite to meet all these mounting challenges, which are not easy to handle. Getachew cannot do anything alone. Getachew needs support from other players in and out of Tigray. Let's see what federal government does. Federal government is using a very strange policy, carrot and stick policy. It is sending aids to Tigray in trickles. Either it's because either Tigray, federal government wants to keep Tigray in the state, or needs are so much in Tigray that no matter what happens, no matter what federal government does, it cannot meet all the needs of Tigray, it seems. Thirdly, the Somalia's president Hassan Sheikh is in Eritrea yesterday on the invitation of his Afwerki. Hassan Sheikh arrived in Asmara. Afwerki welcomed him. Bilateral talks underway. I spoke in detail on this visit yesterday. In last night's live chat, I spoke for around 20 minutes about the objectives, the agenda of this visit. So you can watch the live chat if you haven't watched it. Whenever foreign leaders visit Eritrea, Afwerki takes them to the streets of Asmara. It's not something new. It always happens, almost. That I remember when Ruto visited Asmara last year, he was also taken to the streets of Asmara. Ruto and Afwerki were seen stalling along the streets of Asmara. Same happened last night. Hassan Sheikh and Afwerki were seen together stalling along the streets of Asmara. Question is why? 2 points. Afwerki wants to prove to these leaders that Eritrea is peaceful. There are no security issues. And it's correct, by the way. Eritrea is internally peaceful. Uh, Definitely more peaceful than Somalia, more peaceful than Ethiopia, more peaceful than Sudan. That is why he takes the foreign leaders to the capital and they just walk. And secondly, he wants to prove that he's very popular, because when he is on this tour of the streets of Asmara, people are planted there. People rush to greet and meet the president. So he wants to prove how popular he is in his country. I don't know about his popularity. But yes, Eritrea is more peaceful than the other countries in the. Thank you for watching.